Hey, what's going on? I realized it's been a while since I explained like the solar, so I figure I probably should take this time. On my last video, I kind of gave a brief explanation, but I've been having people asking me, how do I run things? So I decided I'm gonna do this now. So if you look here, these first three panels are 250 a piece, okay? So I have an old Blue 80 AC 200, which it takes low voltage. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but they're 250 a piece. So I got these in series. In order to wire something in series, it's really easy because people think it's really difficult. It's really, really easy. All you're going to do is take a positive and a negative, and you're going to take one positive and connect it to the negative. So as you see here, okay, so as you see here, on the back of the panel, you have two cords coming out the back, okay? One says positive and one is negative. They gotta fit into each other, okay? It's like the birds and the bees. They gotta fit into each other. One slot fit into the next. So you're gonna take one. You see, I got the positive is going to the negative. Then that positive is going to that negative, okay? Now, pay attention. So, remember I said this positive is going to the negative for the next panel. Notice this is the negative cord. Now, these commercial panels, they're going to just have pure black cords. You just got to look at the ends. But if you notice, since this is the end of my 3-panel array, this end here is going to go to the negative side going into my house. So if you follow this cord here, you got this negative cord going all the way to the house there, okay? The positive cord, that's going to be on the opposite end. So the negative came from that end. So you got 1, 2, 3. And then the positive is going to come from this end. And that's this red cable here. So all you do is just mark it, just connect it to that final panel. And that red cord is going to go all the way back. So that gives me my 750 watt array, and it's just 250 times 3. That's easy little math. Unfortunately, well, usually on the back of these panels, they have the wattage, but these panels are a few years old. I've been using these panels for a few years now, so the ratings and everything fell off. Now, that's for that one. Okay, so now I'm going to do 2 arrays for each string. I got the AC 500. That's my other Blue 80. And that's what I'm going to use these other panels for. So remember, with the smaller Blue 80, I got 3 panels wired in series. That one array is going to my AC 200. The AC 500 is the big daddy. That's the one that can produce 5,000 watts. And it can also take in 3,000 watts worth of solar. So if that's 750, for each string, they allow you to have 1,500 watts. So I got 750 on this side, and I got 750 on that side. I did the same thing. I wired them in series. So I got 1, 2, 3. That's 1,500. Plus this 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, that's 750. Plus this 1, 2, 3. That's 1,500. Now, I did this a little different because once I have 2 sets of arrays, both with 3 panels wired in series, they're going to connect in parallel to one of my strings. So that's 750 plus 750, 1,500, and they're going to connect in parallel to one of my strings. So let me show you how that looks. I placed them under here because I got it ground mounted or deck mounted. So I placed them, I pushed the stuff under here just to kind of weatherproof it a little bit. I can't find where I put my parallels. All right, there it is. So you see these little branch connectors here? All right, so I got the negative on that side, the negative on that side, and it's connected to this branch connector. All right, this is how you do parallel. So when it's series, it's the positive, negative, positive, negative. If it's in parallel, there are 2 parallel negatives. So as you see, I got 1 parallel, 1 negative, for this array, one negative for that array on the left side. Originally left side. So that's the negative side. Then I got my second set of branch connectors, which should be set, I believe it's gonna be under here. You see that branch connector? This branch connector is connected to the positive. So if you're following what I'm saying, I had the negative connected down to that end, had the positive connected to that end. All the negatives ended on that side for the two arrays. The positives for these two sets ended with that branch connector. That gave me the 1500 watts, and I'm taking that into the house. Now, the good thing about the AC 500, it allows you to do two sets of arrays. So you got two arrays of 1500. That's a total of 3000 watts. So that was that first set, and I did the same thing to the second set. As y'all see here, y'all see those positives coming out? That's for my two arrays. 6 of them is in one array. The other 6 is in the second array. All right. So that gives me the positive. And then if you see these two black cords here, these are the negatives. Okay. Together, that's 3000 watts coming into the house. Right now, it's a cloudy day. But I'm still, even with the sun in a minute, it's easy to get about 1500 watts. Now, remember, these are ground mounted. You notice there's no angle. If they were angled on the ground, I probably could get the full 3000. But since they're not angled as of now, I just got them laid down. You see it's a little shadow in that corner. I'm averaging about 1800 to 2000 watts. But when I angle it, I should get the full 3000 or at least like 2500, because of course you're going to lose some things. Some of the things that cost some of your solar wattage is if it's hot. Because there's copper in here. When the copper gets hot, it conducts electricity a little less. Now, on the flip side, if you over panel and it gets cold outside, so when you talk about the fall and the spring, sometimes you can kind of overvolt it. The voltage kind of calms down in the heat, but it increases when it's cool, when the panels are cool. Then you got to watch out for the shadows. These are old technology. I know the newer technology panels they got where you can... they can be partially shaded and things of that nature. They are severely damaged when there's shading. Now, my first video, they got over 1,000 views. I posted it. It was 1,000 watts for only a couple $100 or something like that. Because these panels actually only cost me, they're $50 a piece for a 250 watt panel. I bought them used on Sunrun. I'm trying to shout them out. I'm trying to get a sponsorship. I'm not even sponsored by them. But I'm just starting off. But I gotta recognize the good thing. They sold those panels for $50 each. I think they're much cheaper now because I bought that a few years ago. That was during COVID. Things got much cheaper now. The cool thing is all you gotta do is pay for shipping, and sometimes they have sales on shipping. If you live in the Arizona area, that's a killer deal. It's called Sunrun. You go there, you can get the cheap panels. But going back to this, I got this nest egg. I drive people at my job. Shout out to people at my job. I ain't gonna say y'all names, but they always talk about how my cord game is sucks. But I got all these cords in there, and that goes into the house. That brings in the 3,000 watts from that for those two arrays, and then the 750. So if you calculate all that together, that's 3,750 worth of wattage coming into the house to power things. And the cool thing is I could power things like my cameras for free, the power of the sun. This is on the daily. As you see, I got these two power cords here. These are going to the garage. Going to the garage so I can power things. Let's look at that garage. This is pretty cool because, you know, it saves a buck. Oh, we got a swimming pool in the background. Just can see that I can run the pool off that pump. When it's really bright outside, I run the pool off that pump. I'm sorry. I run the pool pump off of that solar. Coming in here, we got the fridge, ran off solar. All that solar is coming in to this array here. I'm sorry, to this outlet here. That was there before I moved into the house, so I don't want y'all to judge me about the outlets. That was there before I moved in. But right here, we got everything running off of solar that's plugged in here, including my television. So that's pretty cool. And then in the house, I showed you guys that that's powering up my television. It's powering up my server. It's powering up all of the networking equipment. So it's a good thing. I just wanted to give y'all an update. What I'm doing, very, very cheap. As you see, what was that? That's 3, 6, 12, 15 panels. All right, at $50 a piece. That's really, really cheap. So less than $1,000, you can have 3,000 watts worth of solar. Over 3,000 watts worth of solar, which is really, really good. I guess just do it yourself. All right, God bless. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if you got any questions. I'm willing to answer it. Don't take an expert. Let's just try it. All right, God bless. So right now we got 15:34 coming in. It's 11 a.m. August 6th. This one got 470, roughly 480. And I run all this stuff all night. This one got the TV running all night. This got like computers and stuff. Let me see. All this stuff is running all night. So that's why it goes down. This stuff is hooked up as well.